Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you may be. My name is Evan Dalton, and the video you have clicked on is my commentary portfolio from January 2023 to now, which is the end of August in 2023. The following video is not only going to include some of my best commentary clips so far from sim racing and from some football commentary as well, but I'll be talking you through some other elements that I can include in commentaries and stuff about setting up broadcasts and managing broadcasts, which is not as easy as it looks to the naked eye. I'd just like to say thank you for pressing on this video and for giving it a watch, and I do hope you enjoy.
Even 7.3 is the gap for Joe Murphy to catch on the final lap here in Interlagos. This is a drive from Skitzer that maybe the man the corners he's heading through it, Senna would be proud of, as he's battling this car on the slicks, in the wets, in the car Senna won his 3 World Championships in. 6 seconds now. Murphy is hounding him down. Rudy's hounding down Murphy as well. Is it even going to be Joe Murphy to take the win if they catch him heading in towards the left-hander? Skitzer 4.2 now. He's starting to get confidence in this McLaren. He's starting to feel good about this maybe. 4.5 now the gap heading in towards Ferradura for the final time. The last lap of the season. One of the best laps of the season. 3.4. There's a visual representation from Joe Murphy now. This is going to be a drag race to the line as they head exiting Yuncao. 2.3, 2.1, 1.9 into the Big of the Pato. Look how close this is getting. Is Joe Murphy going to get it? We're almost into the last sector now as they head through Marigulio. Joe Murphy takes the lead of the Brazilian Grand Prix into the final braking zone of the season. The Ferrari exits the final corner. What an unbelievable result this is from Joe Murphy. A tactical masterclass. Skitzer was just 2 corners off. Joe Murphy wins the Brazilian Grand Prix. Rudy's worse as he spins round the back. There's an Alpine off, but we enter the final lap here at the Austrian Grand Prix. What a 5th round of proceedings this has been in PSGL, but we'll wait and see how this one plays as they head. It's like Noah's Ark into turn 1. We're 2 by 2 all the way on. Zane in 4th, still has a shot maybe at this one. Noel back up to 5th after a poor race, but here comes Keke up towards turn number 3 of Remus, side by side, wheel banging between the two. It's close, but it's fair. Potentially a bit of a lock-up for Mal in towards turn number 3. They're still side by side on exit. Zane's now side by side with Airpeck behind. Mal looking to try and dive down the inside of the finishman here in towards turn number 4. He breaks as late as humanly possible, but he has Zane on his inside. Mal is losing positions. Zane could still win this one at the dying embers of the Grand Prix. What a masterstroke this would be. His final chances maybe into the final corner of the race. We only have about 2 or 3 corners to go. The Rindt curve and the Red Bull Mobile curve. There's 0.3 of a second between them. The 2 Mercedes powered cars. It's not looking likely as Mal is trying to hold on to the podium on the final lap for the 2nd week in a row. They exit the final corner. Red Bull's party is spoiled at the Red Bull Ring. The finishman's not finished and he wins the Austrian Grand Prix. The F3 champion comes across the line and he had to work for that one, and a huge
inspiring Kyle Keogh's come back on for Seamus Griffin. The corner's been taken. Oh, that's a thunderbolt! What a shot from Eric Roberts! He's rifled that one into the top right corner. That is a crazy finish here to get the leveller. The blue team love that one. The fans love that one. Rifle it in from the edge of the tee. As there's going to be a booking here for Adam Kelly, the aspiring comedian. He takes off his shirt and is gifted a yellow card. He's not going to give a care in the world. It's level here.
Not only do I commentate, of course, I manage the broadcasts as well, and I have, of course, over 5 years experience in social media management and broadcast and video making. I have been running my own motorsport social media channel, as you can see on screen now, for the last 5 years since I was young, so a lot of experience there too.
It's tactical by Luke Davies, of course. Look, they're grinding to a halt to play the DRS game. They're both barely accelerating out of the final corner because neither of them want to lead. Have you ever seen 2 racing drivers not want to lead a Grand Prix? They're not even getting out of 5th gear. They're crawling onto the final lap of the race. This is obscene here because neither driver driver wants to lose the DRS here in the last lap in Las Vegas. Leo Toole gets past as Adrian Tishy's fallen to 6th. Oh, poor Adrian has fallen to 6th, meaning something's gone wrong. Look at this. This is obscene. Luke Davies is in 2nd gear in a corner that's almost in about 4th. You've got to speed up. There's more cars in this race than 2. Neither of them want to lead. It's almost at safety car pace here in Formula Virtual Racing. Look at Thomas Main. He didn't want to lead the final lap because he wants to slipstream in the DRS effects. This is the ultimate toy for DRS. This is the ultimate tactical game. And look at this! This is insane! This is the last lap of a season opener, and neither driver wants to lead it! This is crazy! This is madness! Look, Leo Toole has caught about 5 seconds in a matter of corners. Neither driver wants to lead. Luke is holding his ground here, and look at Thomas Main accelerating. This is it. We head on to the final straight here in Las Vegas. The lap neither drivers wanted to lead. Leo Toole is 2.8 seconds behind. Has Thomas Main played it right? He's driven the slowest final lap in Formula Virtual Racing history. Here comes Luke Davies to take the race lead in Las Vegas. He's left it late. He's somehow held firm. Thomas Main will have the slipstream to the line. It's a last lap swap here in the season opener. It's the craziest of final laps. He won in season 9 in Miami. He's rounding the final corner to win a 2nd season opener in a row. Miami was good. Las Vegas is great. The runner-up is on top in Formula Virtual Racing as Luke Davies wins the Las Vegas Grand Prix.
Also down to the final lap of the Australian Grand Prix. Best opportunity for Grimbos. Turn 3, I believe. He's gaining. He plans to go for this one. The Frenchman versus the Dutchman. Grimbos versus Slinky. Which side's the Alpine going? It's the outside for Grimbos. It's another last lap battle here in IKR. It's very slow through the corner. Has Grimbos got it stopped? He has got it stopped. The Alpine is through. Grimbos is ahead of Slinky here. He's got the job done. Can Slinky attack through the Clark curve? We'll have to wait and see, but it looks like it's been stolen at the death. It was the last dance for Grimbos, and he's got it done through the Clark curve. This is going to be a slipstream fest down all the way to the braking zone of Ascari in 13. Slinky's going to have to try something audacious through 11 and 12 if he wants to get on the back of this Alpine. Has Grimbos just gone too early? Has Slinky left it too little, too late? Out of 11 and 12, it's a beauty of an exit from Grimbos, heading down towards Ascari. It doesn't look like Slinky's going to be close enough. 2-3 is a brilliant result for Juventus. He's looked for it, you know. Slinky's fancied it, but he's ran wide across the curb. That is that. Grimbos, the Frenchman, will win down under, and the Alpine has left it late. He's left it late, but he's pulled it off beautifully. Everything's gone to plan for G-League. It'll be 1st, it'll be 5th, and Grimbos comes across the line to win once again in the IKO PS Pro division. Slinky comes along in 2nd, and Damage in 3rd.
Let's keep an eye on Schumacher, who's improving. Oh, by just enough, he could steal this at the death ahead of the McLaren. Here comes Schumacher across the start-finish line. No, he's lost all the time in the final sector. He was 0.3 of a second up, but he couldn't get it done. What about Joe Murphy, the man who stole Niels' first pole last week? Can he do it again here in Saudi Arabia? The championship leader, 25-point advantage in hand. Will he start from the front in Saudi Arabia? He will. What a lap from Joe Murphy to pull it out of the bag. He is inevitable. Does it again. I think it's safe to say Joe will start on pole, Boberton validates, and that is sorted.
Carrying the ball out wide. Not too successfully, but it's found Carroll. I have to say, Carroll has been very good for somebody who only found out he was playing at about 12 o'clock this morning. Carroll plays the through ball. He finds Monkfish. Monkfish progressing forward. Is this the Reds' chance to get back in? He finds David Simo, and it's played back to Jake Avenue. Tries one. It's gone in the back of the net. A lovely finish. Well-worked chance by the red team. It is 1-1 here.
The 100 laps across the yard of bricks today. Starting off with number 3, it's Joran Wellens, who's driving the Team Penske Chevrolet. He has won Indy 250 appearance, and he is representing Belgium as well as the man in the number 6. We're unsure if he's going to make the field today, but Thomas Main is the Belgian representing in the number 6 Ed Carpenter Racing machine. Thomas 7 Formula Virtual Racing victories, 17 podiums, and he won 1 constructor's title
He won that in Season 1 with Scuderia Ferrari. So a team with a lot of history. Ed Carpenter Racing, a team run by Ed Carpenter himself, a lot of history in IndyCar racing. So they'll be looking for a good win. And then in the number 8 Delayan Chip Ganassi Racing Chevrolet, it is Adrian Taisha, the Canadian, who has spent the last week of his life chilling around the Circuit de la Sarre in Le Mans. So he's got one little taste of Triple Crown action. He's come here racing in the Indy 250 to try and win another Triple Crown race. Adrian with 93 career Formula Virtual Racing points and 75 total entries. This will be his 77th entry into a Formula Virtual race, I believe, and he's looking to make it his first ever career victory. We head down the grid then, and in the number 9 Chip Ganassi Racing Chevrolet, it is the one and only Italian to ever drive in the Indy 250. It is Carlo Giuranti, who has did a couple of F1 races in his time, nothing to note. However, he did lead the opening lap here last year. He started third on the front row of the grid. He led the opening lap, overtaking the pole sitter Jake Scarborough. He has, of course, due to that, won.
To round things off on this video, I'm going to include one of my infamous clips from 2020. I got a good slagging out of this one, it's safe to say that, but I think it's a nice indication of how far I've come. So once again, thank you very much for watching, and I leave you with this absolute gem.
We still are. He's still fighting for it, and he's still going to fight for the victory here. Darth Peeper's got in a slipstream. Right into the slipstream he goes. The switch on the inside. Darth Peeper's into the wall. I've got way too excited. Darth Peeper's crashed. Danny's crashed. He's hit him again. Oh, they've touched again! They've both crashed! They're both out! They're both out of the Grand Prix! Darth FIFA and Danny Ed Kemper have crashed! And they're both out of the Grand Prix! Quickster's gonna win the Grand Prix!